And our guest right now is John Zaller, executive producer of Exhibition Hub, a curator and distributor of world-renowned immersive exhibitions. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Johnny. Glad to be on.
Okay, so what's going on in Seattle? This experience, this Starry Night experience coming up. What's that all about?
Well, Van Gogh's Starry Night painting is one of the most famous paintings of all time.
All right.
I mean, definitely in our whole Western lexicon. And he painted it in the summer, and it's featured at Van Gogh, the Immersive Experience, which is right in SoDo, in the heart of Seattle, at 1750 Occidental Avenue. So it's as part of the Van Gogh, the Immersive Experience, which has been a huge hit in Seattle that's continuing its run. And we're just getting the word out that, you can go up to the mountains, you can go out to the Puget Sound, you can see that starry sky. You could also come right to SoDo and see this incredible representation of it in this 10,000 square foot gallery with 30-foot high walls where it's wrapped all around you as part of an immersive show. Wow.
Now, whose idea was this to do here, to bring here?
Well, so Exhibition Hub opened this show in Seattle in October of 2021. So we've been operating consistently since that time in a great old warehouse right in the heart of SoDo. We've seen a lot of changes from coming out of COVID to the vibrancy now of SoDo with the Mariners and the Sounders and the All-Star Game. Everybody coming back to work at Starbucks, HQ over there.
Taylor Swift.
There's a lot of activity on the street. Yeah, it's really been a blast to be a part of this renaissance of SoDo as this arts and culture district, right in the heart of downtown.
So are there other paintings, Van Gogh paintings, that we could see at this exhibition?
Sure. So Van Gogh, the Immersive Experience, is really set up in a way, it's got a kind of a museum ethos to it. We've done lots and lots of traveling exhibitions and museum exhibitions all over the world, and we use that as our basis. So when you first come in, you see a 9-foot-tall bust of the artist that we're projecting onto, and you see a bunch of his self-portraits projected there. We also have incredible information on his life, the time in which he lived, and his techniques, which includes a documentary immersive theater where you learn about the fact that he was colorblind, which is really striking for all the brilliant colors that he painted, but he actually had a lot of trouble seeing contrasting colors, which is why he painted these bold colors like he did. We also have a wonderful immersive small gallery that features all of his flower paintings projected. So dozens and dozens of brilliant, beautiful colored flower paintings that he painted over the years, because he didn't have a lot of money, but there was always a vase of flowers in front of him, so he was able to perfect his craft painting flowers that were, on tables or places where he was staying. You do see a lot of reproductions of Van Gogh's work. So his entire Sunflower series, 11 paintings, some of his most famous paintings, all presented at their actual size, which, because he's had such a huge vision, it's kind of shocking sometimes to see the actual humble size of his canvases. But then we get you into, when you're familiar with all the artist's works and his technique and why he painted how he painted, we get you into the immersive room, 10,000 square feet, that runs on a 35-minute loop. So you see over 400 of his works projected on the walls around you. And Starry Night is just one of them, but other great paintings that represent summer, because we're in the heart of summer right now. Wheat Field with Crows, for example, where the crows fly out and fly all around you. The Sower, which is an incredible painting painted in the south of France, where you actually, Van Gogh had this great quote. He said, "A sketch is something that grows into a painting, is a seed that grows into a painting." And so we show a sketch of that Sower painting, sowing the seeds, and then it converts into the beautiful colors all around you. But it's a rich 4K projection of his works in these vibrant colors that just wraps you in with a custom score. It's a very Zen-like experience where you also really learn about the artist.
Do you have like a personal favorite?
I have a couple. I mean, Sunflowers is probably my favorite. When I was a kid, we had a sunflower painting in our kitchen. So not the actual one. We had a reproduction of it, like so many people did. And that just brings back all these wonderful childhood memories. So as I worked on this project and I got to know the artist more, it was really always a source of inspiration for me. Then when I learned that he painted 11 of these, not just one, that was also a revelation. So it's kind of this my secret entree into into Van Gogh's life and work is through the Sunflowers paintings, which show the whole cycle of life all in one canvas. You have certain paintings where you've got flowers that are just coming into bloom, some that are in full bloom, some that are at the end of their life because they have such quick life cycles. So I really do like the sunflower painting a lot. Plus, all those yellows he used over 30 shades of yellow in some of those paintings. They just bring so much happiness and joy, and that's also poignant because we also know what incredible mental health struggles Van Gogh had during his life.
Is the experience, this immersive experience, is it suitable for kids?
Absolutely. I mean, we see 4-year-olds having a great time running around. We see it's a great thing for grandparents to bring their grandkids. It's wonderful for families because the whole setting is pretty soothing, very, very calming. So, kids really like to just kind of chill out in the immersive room. We have a drawing area where kids can color in their favorite Van Gogh painting. We also have an incredible virtual reality experience where you see the world through the eyes of Vincent Van Gogh on a 10-minute walk through the south of France. And so these are all ways that, technology that kids can relate to, art that kids can relate to. Art's just good for the soul overall, and it's good for self-expression and for your own development. So, in addition to that, we have wonderful educational materials for school groups and summer camps that we've developed that we can make available to those groups who are coming.
How can Van Gogh's digital art improve a person's mood this summer?
It's really interesting. Some studies have come out that digital art has this calming effect that reduces anxiety and lowers blood pressure and helps people to focus. And that research was done by showing people digital art on their phones or on their desktop screens. And, part of that is because when you look at your normal desktop screen, it's covered with notifications and emails and, social media window and whatever's popping up in the Slack channel. But when you let that screen get taken over with digital art, it really has the immediate effect of calming people. So take that screen, whatever size your desktop screen is or your phone screen, and extrapolate it by 10,000, and you've got our immersive gallery. So come into that room and take a look at this digital art, and the effects are similar. We even, throughout the summer, are doing some yoga programming in the space as well, which we find really helps people center and focus. But just on the course of any day coming into the experience, you're gonna have that feeling of being centered and feel those cares of the everyday just wash away. What
events at the Van Gogh Immersive Experience can people expect to see?
Well, so we do have yoga programming. We're also working on some musical evenings, and those announcements should be coming out in the next couple weeks. We're going to feature some local musicians playing some iconic sounds there, and overall the experience is really a self-guided tour where you can really come at any time that we're open, and we're open daily from Thursday through Sunday every week. starting at 10 on the weekdays and at 9 on the weekends.
How do you get tickets for this?
Best way to get tickets is at vangoghexpo.com, and you can pick your time slot, and the process is super easy. You're usually able to get those tickets within just a couple of minutes.
How long is this going to be in Seattle?
Well, we're here through the summer, for sure, and we're hoping to extend our run once again, taking us closer to the end of the year. We've just had an incredible turnout for the experience from people all over Seattle, from all over Washington State. We've got people coming in from the whole Mountain West area. That has made it really satisfying to be here, and as I said, to kind of be close to Pioneer Square as one of the pioneers that came out of COVID, bringing SoDo back. And there's just so much activity in SoDo now, and we're excited to be a part of it.
So, how did you get involved in this exhibition hub?
Well, so I've done. For a long time, I've done traveling exhibitions, attractions, and work with theme parks. And what I found in all of those is that what really makes something special is when you can tell somebody a really good story. And I've been working with Exhibition Hub for about 10 years. They're they do similar work to what I've done for years and years with shows like Titanic and Bodies, and I had a show that I did at Pacific Science Center a while ago called Spy, The Secret World of Espionage. And that love of storytelling brought us together. And when the Exhibition Hub's been operating in Europe for a long time, and I was part of the team that brought them to the United States in 21, and we got together and we said, we tell stories the same way. We have this love of technology that serves that storytelling as opposed to just doing technology for technology's sake. So we wanted to find a way to push the envelope with traveling exhibitions and experiences in general, and we found it by using this 4K technology, these virtual reality experiences, but also weaving in all of that wonderful, more traditional museum-style storytelling with galleries and in-depth research and in-depth text panels and educational materials, and it was a great combination, and we've been doing it ever since.
And where is this exhibition, this Van Gogh exhibition? Where is it located? Exactly, what street?
So we're right at the edge. We're right at the end of Occidental Avenue. If people know the Showbox, it's really close to the Showbox.
Okay.
The address is 1750 Occidental Avenue South. Right by, we're right by T-Mobile Park.
Oh, right.
You can see T-Mobile Park right from our front door. It's a incredibly rich part of town that's got a great history behind it, and continues to make history today with all the new stuff that's happening, all these different ways to revitalize existing warehouses and build new structures down there. And the energy of the port is wonderful. The Starbucks Reserve is right down the street. There's some great local eateries as well that have popped up that are frequented by our clientele. So it's a wonderful, vibrant area, and the other thing is it's incredibly easy to get to from the entire area.
Do you have a favorite eatery around the exhibition area to go?
Well, I've made some really good friends at the Starbucks Reserve.
Oh,
so, but there's a couple great bakeries very close by that have wonderful lunch specials that I also I like to frequent.
Anything else you want people to know about this Van Gogh experience?
It's well worth your time as part of a day out in the SoDo area, and it's a wonderful. It's as we were saying, it's wonderful for kids. It's great for families, and it's a great date night too. So if you want to just take your significant other to someplace really special. We've made it so it has that that romance and that passion around it that really can can bring you together and give you something to remember for a long, long time.
I hope you'll come back on the show and be a guest in the future.
Hey, as I said, Johnny, whenever you need me, give me a call, and I really enjoyed talking to you, and I'm happy to do it in the future.